Hello everybody, my name is ANDAY. Welcome to another LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2, Episode 17. The Sword Shatters. This, of course, is brought to you by everyone working at Ninjago, Wild Brain, other probably studios that I can't remember, but LEGO, I guess. And yeah, please make sure to go watch this on official media like Netflix or whatever like streaming service that it is for you, and like maybe on cable, hopefully, because I hear it is still on cable for some people's locations, which it used to be for us, but like I don't see it like playing on Cartoon Network anymore. So it's just on Netflix now. Because like man, I remember being there every Wednesday whenever there was a new episode, like for like seasons 1 to 2. And I mean, I kind of sort of stopped watching around season 3, but like it picks back up. And then season 4, I ended up watching that on YouTube. Same with season 5. Oh wait, season 5 was Ghost. Okay. And season 6, I saw like on those little, those sites. And season 7, I didn't ever, I never finished that one. But season 7 or season 8, everyone saw on YouTube because it was like the hypest thing back then. And also, same goes with seasons 9 to 10, and well, let's be honest, 11 also. But it's fine. It's fine. We're now watching an official media, and you should too, even if you have seen, unfortunately, the leaking that has been going on since it was dropped on that one streaming service, presumably accidentally. I don't know, or maybe that one person just really wanted to get it out there, saying, "Hey, y'all, check this out," and they just posted the whole season. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure everyone will be there for when it releases in official Netflix media. All right. I'm interested to see this episode. Last episode was really good, and I feel this one may pick up as well. So the sword shatters. Just going off by the title, I think this will be about whatever the heck was going on with Zeatrix and that vision, where she had that weird sword and then she shattered the sword. So like, what does that mean? What does the sword mean? And it looks so cool too. I compared it to a Chiba sword, but like, what is it? What is it? What is it? You know? And maybe that's the dragon icon. Maybe the sword is the dragon icon, and her shadowing it is something to do with. That's how you summon the source dragon. But who knows? Who knows? Anyways, I think I've talked long enough. I'm not really sure what else to bring up because I am trying to remember the last episode, but I don't remember so much. Oh yeah, Colt found a monastery, and presumably there's something inside that either Spirit Woo or Sprite has something to share with him. So who knows? Anyways, I think I've talked long enough. Let's get to the episode before I fall asleep. That'll be a good idea. So yeah, of course, please let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Please support me, but I'll first support them, of course. Like, go watch them. Go watch on Netflix or other media. Then come back and watch this. Watch me watching them. Anyways, I think I've talked long enough. Let's get into it. LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2, Part 2, Episode 7, Sword Shatters. Let's play here in 3, 2, 1. And I keep almost going to my stop recording button. Okay, volume's good.
Any clue what they're saying?
How would I know? I can't read lips.
They look upset. Why?
Again, how would I know?
Where are they going?
They're not going. Oh wait, they are.
I mean, like, yeah, it's totally hard
Nice.
to see if
Let's give
they
this
have
another
lips. Oh, I thought that one person was walking, but seemed to just be picking them up.
Let's go, everyone.
Well, obviously something pretty. It had to be something pretty tough. And oh, the sword shatters. I get it. The name of the episode is relating to what happened here. Wow. Okay, so yeah, that was a lot, both in thematically and also paying off the vision. Because I mean, really, I just thought it's not that the sword wasn't important. It's just that we we didn't know the context of it. So like, it's a really cool sword though. Like, I'd wanna figure that sword, to be honest. Like, it looks cool. A figure that sword. What am I talking about? A sword piece in the Attila battle, and also, I mean, it's probably pretty easy to build a Zetrix custom. You just get Beatrix and put armor, shorter armor on her, and then boom, Zetrix. But everyone else is kind of neat, very cool elements, all that. So we cut back here. We see okay, well, yeah. Now we go to now we're gonna enter the breakdown area, breakdown section of what I do, because I like going back and look at things. Okay, here we see Bones of Lukai, still in season 1 or season 2, part 1, checking out the forbidden homies here. And yeah, you can't read lips, but like, they're very hard to read out. So at first I thought, okay, the person who's here is getting up to go with them, but it seems they're, I guess, they dragged because they're very sleepy. Yeah, imagine being like that. Uh, yeah. So man, they really, that one person really does have a basket on their head. But yeah, then they're taking this time to go and get off. But yeah, they seem frustrated about something. So what that is, who knows? Yeah. Then we come back to Ninja here. Lloyd, of course, being in his sensei garbs. Well, sensei robes. And Cole here. I thought we were gonna go back to Cole and seeing what that's about, but he went back here and then went to sleep. So, but yeah, you two have our warm ups, and he's lost his heat power. And I like how she sleeps with Ryu here mostly as comfort, but also like it's kind of sweet because they would be technically siblings. Because she was raised by a dragon. He is technically he's like an important dragon, but also like chills with him. But yeah, it is kind of sweet how he uses her wings as a blanket. Like, it is adorable. They're great. Yeah, more than Ninja Element's powers, which is very true. Look at Aaron. And yeah, this is actually something I forgot. She hasn't even learned Spinjitzu yet, which does put her sort of on the same list as, well, I guess, uh, what's her name? Sora. I don't know why I generally forgot her name. Sora, I forgot. Well, Sora doesn't even know how to do Spinjitzu yet, but she knows, presumably the fundamentals. So, but she wasn't even there because she was still injured. But yeah, it seemed to be like this is kind of the alright move, I guess, because Nia lost her powers, and lost the thing, so she may have to go, and it seems to be the case here with her not having an element, so she can't compete. So it's rightful for her to go. Which, I mean, not doubting that Zane probably could have also gone, but also like, at least if he did leave, then they wouldn't have the team because he was there to invoke Article 364, I think. But yeah, it makes sense for Nia to immediately want to go now that she's unable to fight. But yeah, he does bring up a good point about the shattering the goodness in their souls. Like, how do you fix that? And also, like, what would that mean for the future of his character? We don't know. We generally don't know. Also, the weapons back here. You got a trident. You have a sword of Lloyd's sword. It looks similar to his sword, but like it's black. And some shurikens, which maybe this is the one that the bot took. Bot took to ambush them with that one time. But yeah, that does bring up a good point here. Like, how do you fix that? Like, because not only do it have a memory loss of Jay, but also his goodness was shattered. So like, presumably he knows Shatterspin now. Well, I mean, Cinder has been wearing that since day one, but he still needs the gong. So Jay, it's unsure. Maybe his spinjitzu has a little bit of red in it, like we see Aaron, which again that is also very interesting. Speaking of Aaron, well, I guess I'm skipping, but we'll go to him. But yeah, they're getting into a lot of mysteries of what's to do with the dragon. But also, like, this moment here was so sweet. They're so sibling coded. Like, that's really his big sister. And like, oh, I can't. Again, I was like, oh. It's just so sweet, you know. But yeah, Ryu's older brother. But then he hears her, or she hears him, which it seemed to be like the physical connection sort of goes both ways. Like, I guess if Kai left his hair on Ryu somehow, Ryu would still hear him. But also, like, he does point out, the stone here. But Nia can't hear him, or Nia can't communicate with him. But Ryu does something here that's, well, I guess it's similar to what Ryu used to do with Sora, which was like boosting her energy, and he hasn't done that since then. But she does so here. And also, her eyes go blue here, which I guess. But it isn't interesting because like she doesn't have her element. So what does this do for her? Does it make him? Does it make her have a physical connection with him in order to communicate back? Which is because this is interesting. But like, because like what does it mean? But her eyes do go blue here, which is or light blue, which is her element. And I mean, we've seen before she can have her element taken away, and then she can unlock it back. So who knows what that means for here? But yeah, she's able to not only hear him but also talk with him, which I guess it does sort of work. Because I guess Kai doesn't have a physical connection to her, but they are siblings, so it's like obviously, and I like this little thing here where they're able to do this with dimensions. Well, I guess realms. Well, I guess no, actually, dimension works better. Like that's straight up just like a pocket space. Yeah, brings up a good point. How are you talking to Stone? Stone? I don't know. But yeah, rail scales, so it's a physical connection. But yeah, also saying that Mons was alive. But yeah, don't know why it works with her, which is interesting. Yeah, we share a lot more than a few scales. That is true. Like DNA is very common in there. So this does debunk the Kai was adopted theory. I'm kidding. Um. So yeah, that's interesting. That's like, yeah, like why does he hear her, or why does she hear him, but not her with him with her, is what I'm saying. Well, at least not until Ryu does the the boost energy thing, which again we don't know what that's about. Yeah, Forbidden 5 for whatever. But yeah, he does explain he's not RJ. And yeah, of course the guy's gonna be like that because he's the last time he saw him he was all jokey. But yeah, the story allows us to speak. Potentially open a doorway, which it is interesting because I mean, where else would and maybe it did come from where the nether space, because like maybe because we not saw Nox come through, maybe he brought that with him. Probably that seems to be the case. Yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that's about. And yeah, something happens here because one minute they're talking here, but then we see door banging, and they both get into fighting stance. Well, I guess more so Ryu. And then the connection is lost somehow. It is interesting though. Like, what does that mean? Yeah, and then we see the ninja come back, and I presumably this is afterwards. Well, this is after presumably Nia left, so there's a little bit of a time difference here. And yeah, Aaron does come back. So, I mean, I doubt Aaron had anything to do with it. But yeah, this is some interesting work he's got here. Being all detective, which makes sense for Aaron to do it, and not so much. Well, I guess Zane. I don't think Zane could make him a hat though. That's like straight up uh energy creation. Now, who is this? Oh, this is the bot. Okay, the bot connecting to Devonian words question mark pointing here, things or matriarch pointing to Roz, pointing to good cup, and then there's Blacked. I mean, to be fair, that does look very similar. It's mostly the hair with the ears. Yeah, and there's Xantans up there, and can't see what that is. Then there's no, the horns. There's the horns. Yeah, there's Cedradana. And yeah, maybe we don't understand his motivations, which it is a good way of saying that he doesn't. Well, not a good way of saying, but like a good way of trying to lean them into something that we don't understand about Roz, while also not making it seem like he trusts Roz to the team. Because like that's interesting. Roz also attacked. And who is this? The Forbidden Five or Noct? Because we don't see Noct around here. I don't think. And there is Roby up there. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, Black is a good. Hey, there is Lloyd's sword. Hold on. And yeah, she does bring up a point about his name. And yeah, look, there's Lloyd's sword. And some shurikens. But yeah, cool sword. And yeah, apparently here's something about Devonians who grind dragon hordes into a powder they mix with food to strengthen battle, but it also fills you with rage. And they do point out how angry Beatrix is, which I mean rightfully so, but also like maybe that's what she took to win, maybe? Because like there's still like so much going on. And I mean, I guess it couldn't be Roz, because you know, from what we've seen so far, he hasn't really done anything on that level. Like even when Ryu was captured, he didn't want to hurt him. He just wanted to use him for. Well, I guess he did hurt that one dragon in what was his name? What was her name? It was something like. I'm trying to remember. We heard their name in that episode. It was not okay. The former name of that one dragon was Sora, but then they changed. Well, not changed it, but like that was the name given to her by the people at the lab. But her official name was something like from I can't remember the name. It's something. It's something simple, I guess. I think. Xanth. That's her name. I knew it was something with a Z. Okay, yeah, Xanth. Uh, what was the point I was getting at? What was the point I was getting at? Okay, yeah, Roz did that to her, but I guess also did that for intentions of making Sora finish creating the wolves, the the hologram, the hard light wolves, which are cool. I have one on my desk right now. But yeah, like we never see Roz do anything like that. But yeah, Zetrix is confident. She wasn't attacked by it. And Sully did her a favor, which is true. Like again, it is interesting to see how someone we would have thought would have warmed up to the ninja for defeating uh her sister, she seems to be just totally out of it. Which again, it is interesting because like usually that would be somebody who befriends a ninja and then works to help stop Beatrix. But it seems to not be the case. She's just totally out of it. Yeah, if anyone knows, that is a good point. And yeah, again, no great suspects. Well, a bunch of suspects with no proof, but also a symbol, an area where they fought the bots. And yeah, I guess the symbol is important, but also not that important because like anybody could have drew that there with the bot to frame uh Roby and such, or the game masters, people who run the games here. So like, you know, they could have done that, and who knows what that means for this because like it's not clear in line evil for sure, but it is still like an interesting thing, an interesting clue rather, because we obviously don't see what else to see what's up with that. And I like the little drawing you made of him. Grr, that's 1-to-1. You're a great artist. Yeah, ancient iron writing. And yeah, well, Sora doesn't want to go with him obviously, because she can't do much right now. He pretty much walks through her. And also, great line here by Zane. My social encounter algorithm registered high levels of cringe. Base Zane. And yeah, of course, Lloyd here wants to talk about Aaron, but also they're unfortunately interrupted by the Vision Sword, which it doesn't go 1-to-1. She hits him with the sword, and then Ra's last. Which this is a really good planning, to be honest. Like this sword was seen all the way back in part 1, so they definitely planned a good portion of this out even then, because like this was one of the first things we saw. I'm pretty sure, like one of the first visions. This was a great payoff, to be honest. And it's a cool looking sword. I wish we get a piece of it. Hopefully, maybe we can get another people pack. Huh? We get another people pack. We fill it up with new Elemental Masters, and it'll come with the sword. I can totally see it being based on one of the other games. Because let's be honest, we didn't really get much. We didn't get much stats based on the other type of games we see in these. So like, if they have it something that was in there, that'd be really cool. And yeah, he did learn how to control them, but one that seems to be coming close is still something that he still has to deal with. And again, we see the great mech here, which it's so cool. I just saw the set the other day, and it looks really good. And yeah, this seems something Lily would use, to be honest. Like, I could see her fighting Griefbringer with this thing. I probably already mentioned that, but it's just so cool. And the rock sword, all the rockings on the hilt. And yeah, it is true that they, Gio and Cole went here. Some cool things back here. This seems to be like a pyro whipper sword, a baseball bat, a mallet, another pyro whipper sword, an Imperium Guard sector, a sector, and a pokey stick. I don't know. Yeah, baseball bat. And here's this thing again, the mural of 7 dragons, which I could totally see this being physical, unified entity of all the source dragons. Well, I mean, presumably one of them died, so like maybe not. Maybe like something in the past. Maybe somebody saw this and was so enamored by it, he went to go draw it himself. Well, not even draw it, but just make his own artwork. Ooh, okay. We see a pink trident there. We see Whatever. Oh, that's just a thing there. We see these people here, which they look cool. This guy with a, I guess, a beard, and this one that's like a gas mask. That's really cool. Got some teeth there. I wonder what their stories are. Because, like, you wouldn't just make these for. Well, I mean, you probably would for filling it out and not making it seem entirely blank, but also, like, you know, I want to learn more about these people. I want to learn more lore. Tell me more lore, Ninjago. It's something you're immediately great at. But yeah, we do focus on this person here, which is entirely interesting. Who could this be? It's not Roz, I don't think, because I mean they do. It could be just be an artist rendition of a black and white interpretation, but it does seem to be because like there's no red eyes. The stripes on him seem to be white, but his eyes are green. They're like in a greenish color here, or like mint, to be honest, like mint. You know, like the mint they put on your chocolate mint ice cream, and you get it like Ben and Jerry's or whatever. It's like that kind of mint. So yeah, that's just an interesting, like, whatever this may mean. Yeah, Lloyd does look at that. Oh, we even see that one guy. Very close here. But yeah, like, who could this be? I'm very curious. Like, because it could be Roz, I guess. Like a younger Roz, but also maybe this isn't. Maybe this is an ancestor of Roz. Well, I mean, we don't even know what Roz's ancestors were like if they believed in the same ideologies as him. Because, well, we do see that he takes over his master, and a master, presumably very powerful being, who just encountered him one day while he fell on a cliff. So, like, what does this mean? I'm very curious. And I want to know more. Yeah, we see more of these. Oh, well, I guess we already saw a good one. And what is this here? There's another weapon type beat. It's like a pony. It's like those things you. It's like those things knights will use when they're on horses. What do you call that? A joust? I think it's a joust. Okay, yeah, that's kind of neat. Having Geo come along to make art with him. And yeah, like I wanna be on his side, but I don't know what the deal is. Okay, okay, that is actually really cool here. I was a little, because I never really paid attention, I guess, before, but it makes sense for them to do, at least in the episode where it's sort of important, to have this little pin be on his wrist, or I think it's a cufflink. It might be a cufflink. But yeah, it seems to be here. And I don't know if it's on any of the scenes, but if they're having it in this scene where he's like jumping off, that goes to show they're a little bit careful with the details. And it's even there too. Has a little thing going there. Maybe they never zoomed in on it to focus on it or anything, because like if they did actually have this in past episodes and we just missed it because I don't know, whatever reason. Well, I guess that makes sense too. Because you never really get a good look at it. It just looks like a blank dot because he's moving so fast and he's, well, uh, out of, like, too far from the frame. And there's another dagger thing. And yeah, the pass is for dead people. That's funny. Ooh, there's an arrow up here. Arrow. Is that another hammer? That's pretty cool. I like all the weapons in the background. Oh, a book. What does this book say? Is it Klaus's spellbook? Is it a book about a sun? Because that looks like a sun. Sun symbol there. And yeah, geo-based, making statues. Yeah, hours here is not like sleep, like you'd think. Oh, he has it on both sides. I guess I never noticed. Maybe. Okay, but yeah, that's really cool. Actually, you can't even see it, but it's actually there. At least in the earlier part of this episode, but before it's brought up again. Well, brought up to be relevant. But yeah, boy. I like how they make sure to put BOI, which is funny. Yeah, bro, it's good visions of the future because like this is straight up something you can see it, Epcot or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty neat. And bro, you got that saying completely backwards, Aaron. And yeah, he does point out how, yeah, Dragon Ivory. That the cup is made from the polished horn of an arc dragon. Made from the polished horn of an arc dragon. So another matriarch dragon. So, but they do specify. Well, actually, I don't even know. Was it? Well, yeah, they kind of do bring it up. Uh, like it's something everybody knows. But that this tournament of the sources was always held with the cup. So like it's not new. It's just something that was made from also an arc dragon. But like this does say that whoever took the horns, it could probably make their own cup as well, which is very interesting. Because like that spells out, well, matriarchs, patriarchs, amplify all my powers. And yeah, we see this guy. I can't help voting. This also has to do with this one. It's not the same hotbar button, but yeah, great, whatever. And yeah, pretty much the same robes. What if, what if he's him brought back to life in a younger body? Huh? I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing. But yeah, it is again a good detail for them leaving that there. Wait, he's wearing his vestments. Wait, his vestments is like his. What is vestments? Hold on. Hold on. We gotta do another. We gotta do another search. No, don't look at me, Screen Rant. What? Vestments of the Dragon Hunter. Vestments of the Dragon Hunter schematic. What? Is this already something? A garment, especially a ceremonial or official robe. So, I mean, this could literally be taken literally. He's only wearing what the guy wore, and he has no idea what the symbol means. Like, that just could be what that means. Which again, they do point out that stuff there. So like, yeah, they do question this, but they don't like have it be the official slam dunk. This is obviously what's going on. Yeah, we see Fragments Creek, and these guys really are just chilling around. And I guess Jordana isn't participating because she hasn't done squat. Well, I guess. Noctier being mysterious, cool as usual. And I like how Frack is nice enough to go ask him. But a descendant of the Devonian king. I wonder what realm a Devonian is from. I would guess Underworld, maybe, because of the bones. Be a Devonian. That's like, bro gives like devilish energy. But not to be confused with Oni. But the word Oni is in his name. Well, the name of his species, rather. But yeah, he does look cool, though. But yeah, I like his like blocks platform type blow beat. And also, like, I goes to ask him a question, and we learn a little bit how he does stuff. It's not so much that he lift, but in pulling up, he reaches down and push out, which is a very cool way of just of not visualizing, but like at least explaining a little bit how his power works. And like how Roz just hates it. He hates seeing it go both ways because even though that's exactly what he's doing with Aaron. And yeah, don't let Roz color his friend. He's a good feeling. Bad fractsman. He's if his friend. And I like this platform. This is very cool. You have to, well, not fight, but like make each other stop while dodging the falling platforms, which is very cool. And yeah, we do see him use ice. Yeah, we would get this moment with Zetrix and Lloyd, which I assumed it would have been, you know, they're just talking stuff out because, you know, this probably would have been a good time to word things over. But unfortunately, Lloyd seems to have too many vision problems. Yeah, she was in exile. All she had was a dream of exacting revenge, and she's so like devoted for revenge that when they took it out, she made it personal and wanted to do the same to revenge on them. So like that would have been crazy. And I guess modeling her appearance on them again would have been, it would have been her way of replacing them, or her way of replacing Beatrix is, I assume, what would have been her way of actually doing stuff. Because like maybe she could have rolled then, and maybe she would have rolled better than Beatrix, but we don't even know how she is now. If her ideology is even at all still the same as before. Because who knows how long it's been. Yeah, it literally says they write the exact same revenge, and poor Lord can't even respond. Yeah, they cut to a vision of Roz laughing, which is exactly what we see with Roz. And yeah, she's so confused, like she doesn't understand why is he like this. Sad just walks away, and poor Lloyd. And yeah, he looks so cool. Ooh, this is creepy. Well, the way he smiles like that, we see a little bit later too. But yeah, I like how he breaks through the ice using his quake powers, which does seem powerful. And yeah, actually makes him stuck in the ice as it falls. Which crazy. And ooh, that almost looks like, not to tie this into things that probably mean nothing, but like near the same look as the Overlord, that one Overlord face. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. With the smile and the sharp teeth. Like, bro is scary. But he pulls up from the earth to make this block go up, leaving him not even down. And that gives him the win by dodging and then shaking. Then making Earth come up under him and then launching him down. Which it does count. And bro got humbled. Then we get a whole montage of fights. Well, of course, you know. Of course, Frack trying to be respectful to Master Colt. But of course, bro takes it as, oh, his master. Not that mere master dog. And yeah, this guy, I thought this guy was an elemental master. But it doesn't seem to be. Because now we're in like semi-finals. And yeah, actually, I've been getting words on how you think about somebody from Wildfire herself is probably not the best because she's stricken. Yeah, we get a fight between, and that's a really cool sword thing that Lloyd uses here. Well, I guess it's a spear. It seems to be like a fireball or like some sort of form of uh curling yourself up like a cannonball and then launching yourself. So like maybe something to do with uh like projection. And it was kind of simple win. All you have to do is jump over him. And it works. Which is cool. It's great to see Lloyd get a win. And yeah, of course, Zetrix being on not FN. But this guy is so cool. He duplicates himself, but it's less duplication and more like illusions, kind of. But it is still duplication. It's not like each one of these can also be a real one of them. But, you know, it is interesting. And man, I hope we get a minifigure because you imagine trying to make a custom of all these different ones. But yeah, even though Bro had Sonics, it seemed, he still won via duplication trickery. And this guy, who I was surprised about, we see, okay, yeah, Bro is a master size and he grows gigantic. Which, bro, you're already big fit, calm down. And Geo, I honestly, I felt for Geo here. I thought he was going to be done. But he does make a very good move here where he infuses the ones around the one that's already falling. So by fusing association, he makes all the rest of them fall too, which bro did really not have a chance. And then bubbles here. Well, water bubbles. That she can make solid enough to bounce off of. That's cool. It's literally like Steven Universe. Like boing, boing. But of course she pops them because she's a G. And then zaps all the rest of them, which is very unfortunate. And we see Nero here. I didn't think he would come back. We didn't see him in the warm ups, or not even less. We didn't see him in the stuff, and he does seem to use his stuff the same. Maybe, but I'm curious what he uses this like mind wave for. Maybe to think of this, maybe to figure something out. But he gets zapped, unfortunately, by Noct. I guess I forgot it was him. But yeah, now Noct has mind powers after this, so that's very worrying. Yeah, Geo trying to go gigantic with Lord using his Fireball move, which Fireball's really good. Because like, it is sort of fast moving like reflexes, but also like making yourself a big Fireball to use. Maybe it's like Fireball. Maybe Fireball is the element. Or like something to do with rushing. But yeah, and then we have this stage again with her using her stuff against Clone Man. And then Wind, which is enough to knock his head out. And Camille! It's very surprising to see her here. Considering, like, we got, what was it, little, like, bits? She wasn't in, actually, she was not, we've never seen her since Tournament Developments, to be honest. We got a little, hint of her, actually, in, if I can remember, I think it was Hunted. It was said that she was a bad guy now, right? Well, wording by Karloff that she was a bad. But it does seem that she still had enough sportsmanship to go and participate here. So she might be evil, who knows? Well, not be doing good, rather. But still enough to want to compete. And yeah, this is kind of mismatched because she can't really use her. Was it shape-shifting? It sort of was, kind of, right? But yeah, she can't really use it here to her advantage, so she just has to go all out. But unfortunately, she doesn't have much in that regard. So she's just left hanging there. And yeah, actually, we don't see that one person, Shade. What her name was. But yeah, a bunch of elements getting passed through and through. And it seemed to be like, you know, this was the end, but nope, we got one more bonus game. The Gauntlet. And this is a really cool stage, very fitting for all of them. Got some blades here, some weapons all around. Yeah, retrieve epic hand-to-hand weapons, and there's a sword. Oh, and there's a spear. And yeet your... you literally just said that. And yeet your opponent off the platform. Okay, yeah, they got it. They know what they're doing. Okay, wow. Yeah, they know what they're saying. That's funny. But yeah, the fight here is great, seeing Lloyd use so many elements and her use so many elements. But yeah, Final blow must be executed with a weapon from the gauntlet. Which, I mean, technically she does too, but he more so wins in that regard. So, like, she definitely lost, but it's unknown if Lloyd technically would be losing too. Because, I mean, she does use the sword. Which, I don't know, I'm trying to justify. And yeah, this fight here is just peak. Bro going with a fire. Fire explodes. And yeah, it bounces off stuff. So it does seem to be a little bit unstable. Yeah, that element power yet. Which, say what element it is, please. Yeah, easy breezy. That's funny. Yeah, girl going for the trident here. And again, this is something I never pointed out, but like, he did say not to use Spinjitzu against other people, but like, he does use it sort of with Pale Man, but he used it less fighting him, and more so using it to just find him, you know? So like, he used it to pick up the dirt and then spray it on him, not to give him to punch him into his second dimension. So like, it is less using Raising Dragon and more so just using obviously a way of deterring them. So like, you know, like that's what he does here too. So like, he uses Spinjitzu to get away, but also to use it to break the fans and get out these weapons. Which it is kind of cool seeing. Okay, with all the elements they have, using stuff to fight with it, but actually using the weapons here is also a really good move from Lloyd. And yeah, bro kept this. I like to think he keeps it as a souvenir. And yeah, using her thing there. But bro goes to size, but I didn't think the size would include this because guy who was using it was like the biggest man out there. He goes tiny. It's like that's straight up Ant-Man level stuff, which is very cool. And look at him, he's so small. He's like the size of a micro figure, roughly. He's a little guy. He's a little guy. And yeah, he's kind of running away, but he does do his best to put up, and he has a shield here, which it makes sense for a guy like him. He would use a shield, and I thought he was growing huge here, but just enough to be able to block her power. And man, her power is so cool looking. And yeah, Lloyd with the shield is just right, to be honest. Like, bro is straight up Captain America. He's even blonde like him. Yeah, she comes here near bearing the axe. But also uses that as a move to duplicate. Because I thought it was just her passing through, but it's more so just her duplicating herself next to her. Or behind her. But then she uses that to also duplicate into two over here. And duplicate again. So the element's power of Figment. Is that like a figment of your imagination? And yeah, I like how Lloyd does this like high IQ to call her out, saying to see who speaks up. Which it seems to be the other ones aren't vocal. So they can't speak on their own, but it's just her. And then that he takes his moment to see, oh, okay, that's the real her, so he goes through the other ones and then hits her. Which, again, he does use Spinjitzu, I guess, but he uses it to deter her clones, not so much herself. So it's less, you know, her and more so just what's going on in the battlefield. And yeah, bro was too close to using the sword here, actually. And yeah, he does kind of get it out of its hilt, though. Like, it does fall. It does fall. And that was enough. It didn't give her the idea of. But it did make her go away from it. And use a spear. And yeah, bro goes invisible. But she uses this to use echolocation, which is neat. Which, would that be the Elemental Master of Sound with that one guy? But yeah, an Elemental Bomb is really sick. Putting a Shockwave in a bubble and then throwing it out. And then Lloyd have to go visible to hit it with his energy. Which, kaboom, was enough to break the platform, which is really cool. I honestly thought they were going to continue from here. In thousands of years. Okay, so that's how many tournaments there's been. But it's not annual, it seems to be, so like who knows what the span has. Well, I guess it has to be within generation, right? Because if the mech was Cole's mother's, then it has to be at least once every few centuries. What am I saying? Once every generation is what I mean. So it is interesting. So yeah, shorten a mission while they repair the gauntlet, and we get this little pep talk. And yeah, it is fair. Like, how do you fight fate? And I honestly thought what Bro was gonna do was something super cool. Like, Lloyd is so like great at fighting, he managed to beat fate and win. But it seemed, unfortunately, that it was less about. And yeah, this is high. This is like the best way to fix a match. Just hammer a bunch of wood down and it's boom. And they didn't even fix. They didn't even fix the fans. They're all broken still. That's funny. Yeah, her going bubble and wind, which is a good way. It's cool seeing them combine their powers. And then she goes for the sword, but no running. He confronts her throughout, and then gets a hammer, and then grows huge. Which, I mean, yeah, that is kind of an instant win, but I appreciate Lloyd not doing it until the very end when he's very sure he can use it. Then bonk. It's like it's like putting. But yeah, she makes it and then she's out. Yeah, everyone cheers. And then Roby says Roby's a winner. So like it does seem to be like she did land. And then he does call this out saying, hey, stop, the game's already over. So it is clear that she did fall, but is sore loser pretty much. And he hits her right in the shoulder pad, it seems. Well, at least on his like his upper shoulder blade, because it looked like a shoulder pad, but also like his blade too, like shoulder blade, or like probably between where his neck is. Either way, it's probably not good if it's able to knock him as far as it did. And enough to make the sword shatter. And then Bro's laughing here like a hater he is. And enough to knock him down. And yeah, she is happy, but she's still getting apprehended. Which deserved. And then Lloyd passes out, maybe, hopefully. Hopefully, I don't want him to die again. We've had too many losses like that. And it would be very unfortunate. Anyways, wow, another good episode, another good stuff going on. I really enjoy looking through these episodes. They're great. Ah. And I hope you all enjoy hearing me about them. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I've talked enough about it. It's been a little longer than I think it would be, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. This has been Lego Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2, Episode 17. The Sword Shatters. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. I would like to read them. So, yeah. My name is ANDAY. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next episode where we cover episode 18. Bye-bye!